serves on the newly established Agritech Advisory Council that governs jobs. These good paying Kentuckian, it gives me such pride that these good paying jobs are being created right in my backyard. As we build a better Kentucky, access to a good paying job is one of the top priorities of this administration, and it is a promise that we intend to keep. So thank you so much to Fresh Harvest for helping our fellow Kentuckians in rural Kentucky. Next up, we have the census, and this might be the last time that you hear this because today is the final day for you to be counted in the 2020 census. We have done a pretty good job, but we want to make sure that we see this through to the finish line. So far, we are the best performing Southern state for self-response. So I got to give us some credit for that, but we can still do better. Oldham County. If you live in Oldham County and you have completed your census, thank you, because you are among the top 10 counties in the entire country, performing with an 83.2% self-response rate. That's pretty impressive. So way to go, Oldham County. And I've also got to give a shout out to the Owsley County Judge Executive, Cale Turner, because he personally called every resident in his county to make sure that they filled out the census so their voice could be heard. And so this is a major deal. We want to make sure that we participate because the census is going to determine critical funding for the next 10 years in Kentucky. It's going to determine things like how many representatives Kentucky has in Congress. It's going to determine things like federal funding for roads and schools, housing, and social programs. You can complete the census online until 5:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or you can visit 2020census.gov to respond or to find out how you can complete the census over the phone. If you're mailing in your census, it has to be postmarked by today to count. So I am urging you that if you have not completed the census yet, please do so today. You are doing this for your children, for your community, and for all of Team Kentucky. Next up, we have Protect Your Hearing Month. October is the National Protect Your Hearing Month, and the number of people who suffer from hearing loss is pretty astounding. It is estimated that 1 in 5 Americans have hearing loss. If those numbers are true in Kentucky, that's 700,000 Kentuckians. And sadly, many of these cases are preventable. 12% of children between the ages of 6 and 19 years old have hearing loss as a result of listening to loud music. So I'm going to have to go mom mode for a minute and tell our young people out there to make sure that you keep the volume down on your music, particularly when you are wearing earbuds. And Governor, this applies to you too. I know you got a new pair of AirPods for these new press conferences, so make sure that you do the right thing with those. For more information on how you can protect your hearing, you can visit kcdhh.ky.gov, or you can call 502-573-2604. And of course, I cannot bring this subject up without talking about Virginia, who is the executive director of the Kentucky Commission on Deaf and Hard of Hearing. As many of you know, Virginia has been diagnosed with cancer, and so she's taking some time off to heal and to recover. And so, Virginia, if you're watching, I want you to know that so many people in Kentucky miss seeing on the screen. We miss having you here with us. You have certainly become a very calming presence to all of us during this time. And so Team Kentucky is with you, and we wish you a speedy recovery. And last, we have some positive social media for Mask Up Kentucky. And there's our pumpkin that Rocky Atkins made sure we got into the Capitol. So our first picture today comes from my friend, Dee Jones. Dee just retired from education and is now working to help her grandchildren learn at home. So you can see that she says, "Mask up and vote. Our grandchildren depend on us." Dee's mother has made over 400 masks for friends and neighbors, and she actually sent me the very one that Dee has on. So you can kill two birds with one stone and support voting, but also to mask up to keep your kids safe. So thank you, Dee, and to Ms. Beeler for your contributions. Next, we have a picture of Kendall Mills. And Kendall's mom works in the Capitol. So you can see that she sent a message with the hashtag, "This one's for you, Mom." And she is wearing her mask and talking about how we're all in this together. So we really appreciate you doing that, Kendall. And Missy, thank you for being such a good example to your daughter. Last but not least, we have these proud Kentuckians who are performing 2 civic duties. First, they're wearing their masks to make sure that they are healthy and they prevent the spread of COVID-19, but they are also taking advantage of early voting. Now you can tell that they agree that early voting is important, but they have on some competing masks. It looks like one is a Cubs fan and one is a Cardinals fan. And I'm not going to get in the middle of that argument, but what I will tell you is we appreciate the fact that you're willing to keep everyone safe, support your favorite teams, and participate in the voting process in Kentucky. So thank you guys so much for doing that. So I want to send it over back to Governor Beshear. Governor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. We really appreciate all your work, Lieutenant Governor, and thank you for that good news. Lincoln County, these jobs, especially in a growing area that are going to be the jobs of the next 30 to 40 years. That's pretty exciting. Folks, also want to just go back over and briefly mention what a county judge, calling every single person, every single household in his county to assure they respond to the census. And seeing everybody out there voting is truly exciting. This is what a democracy is supposed to all be about. And before I get today, I want to thank Elkhorn Middle School, who values their students, staff, teachers, and are doing everything to keep them safe.